Hello everyone, this is Mami JD. Today, we will fly on top of the Hudson River to see the New York City and its spectacular landmarks like the Empire State Building, the Freedom Tower, including the Statue of Liberty. So stay with me guys, and I will take you with me fly in the air for you to see those beautiful views. But before we go further, kindly share this video to your friends for them to join us for our plane tour today. And if you are not subscribed yet to my channel, you can support me by like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to smash the bell button for you to get notified every time I have new videos. And while my pilot is getting ready the plane, I'm promoting these channels to you, my friends. Crochet Love Crafts. This is Maria Quick's channel. And the Blessed Nuts. She is my youngest daughter, biologically. And also Alice Vlogs and Wonderlands. Another one is Tugangs vlog. He is in Naga City. And the other one is Margie Binas. She is in Quezon City. Another one is DANILO BYAHERO. And next is the Migz I'm. He is from Middle East. Next is Timeless Treasures Revealed. He came from Denmark. Another one is Mami N Maria's channel. They are sharing God's word and praying for who needs prayer. One is Mabel Torres Mercado from Balayan, Batangas. They are highly recommended for you guys. Now, my handsome pilot is going to fuel the plane that we are going to use to fly. And I can see that it's not easy to put fuel in this plane. While he is preparing the plane, let me tell you something, my friends. This adventure makes me so excited. I am so blessed and lucky because not everyone gets chance to fly over New York City like we're going to do. Actually, I had no idea that we will fly today. Somebody gave me a great surprise tour and it worked indeed. He makes me surprised and excited today. And if he will ask me to do it again, I will say yes, of course. I don't even imagine that I will see the famous New York City last Christmas, my friends. And it's beautiful and mesmerizing city. The lights, the big and tall buildings are spectacular. And you can see the Google and YouTube building as well. But you need money because everything is costly. Of course, it is the famous high standard of living city in USA. Oh, look at them, my friends. They are going to start to fuel the plane, and in few minutes, we will going to fly and will take you out there to witness the wonderful scenery of New York City. While they are busy fueling the plane, let me share with you guys, for those who doesn't know what is New York. New York, often called New York City or NYC, and it's the most populous city in the United States. Last 2020 population census, they have 8,804,190. And this New York City is the most densely populated major city in the United States. It's more than twice as populous as Los Angeles, the nation's second largest city. It is situated on one of the world's largest natural harbors and extending into the Atlantic Ocean. New York City comprises 5 boroughs, which were created in 1898 when local governments were consolidated into a single municipal entity, R. Brooklyn in Kings County, Queens in Queens County, Manhattan in New York County, the Bronx in Bronx County, and Staten Island in Richmond County. So it says that as of 2021, the New York metropolitan area is the largest metropolitan economy in the world, with a gross metropolitan product of over 2.4 trillion. It's a trillion, my friends. It's not only million, it's not billion, but it's 2.4 trillion. If the New York metropolitan area were a sovereign state, it would have the 8th largest economy in the world. Wow! New York City is an established safe haven for global investors. As of 2022, New York is home to the highest number of billionaires and millionaires of any city in the world. Wow, this information makes me more excited, my friends. I know you are as well. Now, just bear with us, guys, and we are going to live here in Trenton City. Oh yes, I forgot to tell you that we are here now in Trenton, New Jersey, and from here, we will fly to New York City. Just 15 to 20 minutes plane tour, and you will see the famous New York City. For now, we are trying to go to the runway, and I can't control myself not to feel nervous because this is my first time to fly with this small plane with a very young, handsome guy. My pilot named Nikolai is really a nice young guy. I remember my son when he is at his age. By the way, for those newcomer, we will have an adventure, guys, by flying over the Hudson River, and from there we will tour you guys to the top of New York City to see the tallest buildings there, and you will see the famous Statue of Liberty as well. So, are you excited, my friends? Just stay with me and you will enjoy the beauty of New York City. But before we go farther, before we fly to New York City, if you are not subscribed yet to my channel, like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the bell button for you to be notified every time that I have my new upload videos, so that we will be friends, guys. And after here, you will have an idea for those who doesn't know the New York. And to all my friends here in the United States of America, I am encouraging you guys to come and see this beautiful New York City. By the way, this is my young pilot, Nikolai, and he is making focus. He is focusing on his driving, piloting. So yeah, we are in the runway. We're going to take off, guys. We're going to take off again. And welcome to my channel, Mami JD. I will fly you, guys. I will tour you over the air, and you will see the beautiful sceneries from here in Trenton City, New Jersey, to the New York City. So for now, I will let you to enjoy the sceneries, guys. As I've said earlier, before we fly, we started from Trenton City in New Jersey. Trenton is the capital of the state of New Jersey, located in Mercer County, in just a short drive away from both Philadelphia and New York City. In modern times, Trenton has become known for its vibrant arts scene. There are numerous galleries, theaters, and performance spaces throughout the city, as well as an annual outdoor sculpture exhibition. With so much to see and do, Trenton is an ideal destination for those looking for a unique cultural experience. We'll let you to watch my friends, and I will ask my pilot to teach me on how to make this plane fly. My pilot wants to say hi to you guys. Hey Nick, say hi. You can see that he is really handsome, like an actor in the Hollywood movie, but very respectful person. As you can see, if you will look at the ground, it's beautiful indeed. We approximately flying with the altitude of 2,500 feet, and I could still see the horizon for up to 100 to 200 miles, and with the help of my imagination, I will gain an appreciation for the amazing view from here in the sky. I can see this terrain below of the Trenton City, New Jersey. Even at this height, it is possible for me to make out features on the ground, such as roads and the buildings, the major cities. I can see it in my eyes, the beautiful sceneries, the beautiful city. Look, the buildings, the road, they are like a drawing. It looks like a piece of paper, and it's really amazing. The view gives every passengers a much wider perspective and gives us a sense of the expanse of the earth, something that you can't appreciate from the ground. If we are in the ground, we cannot appreciate the beautiful creation of God, like the trees and this kind of body of waters. And right here, I could see the Jersey Shore, and I'm not really sure if it's the Ocean City, New Jersey, or the Asbury Park Beach. And as you can see in my right side, the far body of water is the Atlantic Ocean. Now you can see the part of the Jersey Shore, and this Jersey Shore, known by locals simply as the Shore, is the coastal region of the U.S. state of New Jersey. Geographically, the term encompasses about 141 miles or 227 kilometers of ocean front bordering the Atlantic Ocean. Yes, the far away in my right side is the Atlantic Ocean, which lies between North and South America on the west and Europe and Africa on the east. Up north, the Atlantic connects to the Arctic Ocean and to the Southern Ocean to the south. Now we are flying in the entrance of Hudson River. A little information about this river, guys. This river is in New York State, United States, and it flows almost entirely within the state, the exception being its final segment, where it forms the boundary between New York and New Jersey, and then northeast to Hudson Falls. From there, it flows without significant gradient, almost directly south for 200 miles or 320 kilometers to the battery at the head of Upper New York Bay at New York City. It drains an area of 13,370 square miles, and its lower course about 150 miles long. Now we will fly on top of VERRAZZANO Bridge. As you can see, in my right side is the Brooklyn, New York. Brooklyn is one of the 5 boroughs of New York City, southwestern Long Island. And by the 1880s, Brooklyn had become one of the country's most important manufacturing centers, and its busy port was handling more tonnage than its counterpart in Manhattan. Back of the VERRAZZANO Bridge, this bridge has a 6,690 feet long, and it's one of the longest suspension bridges in the world and provides stunning views of both Staten Island and Brooklyn from its 2 main towers. It is an iconic landmark of New York City, and it's first opened in 1964. This bridge is named after the explorer Giovanni da Verrazzano, who first discovered the New York Harbor. What you see in my right side is the Queens, New York. Queens is a borough of New York City, coextensive with Queens County. In the U.S. state of New York, located on Long Island, it is the largest New York City borough by area. As we continue flying, we are approaching the Governor's Island. This 172-acre island is located in New York Harbor, just off the southern tip of Manhattan. It has been used for various purposes throughout its history, most recently as a summer destination to visitors looking to explore its rich history and beautiful scenery. There are numerous attractions on the island, including historic fortifications, sculptures, and various parks. There are also plenty of activities to enjoy, such as biking, kayaking, and festivals throughout the year. And what you are watching right now is the famous Manhattan in New York, where you can find the Times Square, the Freedom Tower, even the historical and famous Empire State Building. You will find here in Manhattan, the most iconic borough of New York City, and it's located on an island between the Hudson and East Rivers. And whether you're just visiting the Big Apple for the weekend or you're a lifelong New Yorker looking for something new to do, these attractions in Manhattan are essential additions to your bucket list. FYI, Manhattan is home to some of the city's most famous attractions, such as Central Park, and as what I've said, the Empire State Building and the Times Squares. There's plenty to explore, from world-class museums to designer shops along Fifth Avenue and beyond. The city also has a vibrant nightlife with countless bars and restaurants that cater to all tastes. Whether you're looking for a cultural experience or just some fun in the sun, Manhattan has something for everyone. And as you could see, the finished in 1931 at the height of the Great Depression, the 1,454-foot Art Deco skyscraper was the tallest building in the world for almost 4 decades and has long stood as a symbol of American innovation and ambition, still looming large as ever in New York's skyline, where it's still the 7th tallest building. The Empire State Building remains one of the most visited attractions in the city, with so many clamoring for the chance to take an elevator ride to the open-air observation deck on the 86th floor. It's best to arrive early, between 8 a.m. and noon, for a chance to take in those awe-inspiring panoramic views. Now, as you can see in my right side, is surely the world's most famous public park, the still startlingly enormous Central Park is one of the most beloved attractions in New York City and an iconic fixture of numerous films, TV shows, and songs. It's surprisingly easy to forget you're in Manhattan once you penetrate the idyllic 843-acre plot, which was first brought to life in the mid-19th century by urban visionaries Frederick Law Olmsted and Calvert Vaux. Their thoughtful design reflects a harmonious balance of scenic elements that live on today. Pastoral, the open picnic-ready lawn of the Sheep Meadow; formal, the liner tree-lined mall; and picturesque, the densely wooded paths of the Ramble. And it has a big lake in this beautiful Central Park. Besides being a great place to experience a little nature, Central Park has many attractions within its borders, and most of them are free, making it one of the few cheap things to do in New York City. Some of the most popular places to visit include the Belvedere Castle, Strawberry Fields, the Central Park Zoo, and the lake. If you are exploring the park on your own, start by picking up a map at one of the visitor centers and plot your routing. As we continue flying over the Hudson River, we are approaching George Washington Bridge. And for someone who have never visited or doesn't know about the George Washington Bridge, this bridge is a double-decked suspension bridge spanning the Hudson River, connecting Fort Lee, New Jersey, with Manhattan in New York City. The bridge is named after George Washington, the first president of the United States. The George Washington Bridge is the world's busiest motor vehicle bridge, carrying a traffic volume of over 103 million vehicles. In 2016, it is owned by the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey, a bi-state government agency that operates infrastructure in the Port of New York and New Jersey. The George Washington Bridge is an important travel corridor within the New York metropolitan area. It has an upper level that carries 4 lanes in each direction and a lower level with 3 lanes in each direction, for a total of 14 lanes of travel. The bridge features 2 main towers that are illuminated every night, creating a beautiful sight for those passing by. The surrounding area also offers plenty of attractions such as scenic views from nearby parks and a range of shops, restaurants, and bars in its local neighborhoods. Whether you're crossing or just admiring it from afar, the George Washington Bridge is definitely worth a visit. For now, we are going back to Trenton, New Jersey, guys. But don't go away because we are not finished yet. I will show you the peak of this video, the famous and beautiful Statue of Liberty. Oh, guys, don't go away. Oh, we are turning around, guys. Turn around. Now, guys, we are approaching in Fort Lee. Fort Lee is a borough at the eastern border of Bergen County in the U.S. state of New Jersey, situated along the Hudson River atop the Palisades. Fort Lee is named for the site of an American Revolutionary War military encampment, and at the turn of the 20th century, it became the birthplace of the American film industry. In 1931, the borough became the western terminus of the George Washington Bridge, which crosses the Hudson River and connects to the borough of Manhattan in New York City. Fort Lee's population and housing density increased considerably during the 1960s and 1970s with the construction of high-rise apartment buildings. In addition, Fort Lee is bisected by the confluence of roads at GWB Plaza leading to the George Washington Bridge. The borough borders Cliffside Park, Edgewater, Englewood, Englewood Cliffs, Leonea, Palisades Park, Ridge Fields in Bergen County, and the Washington Heights neighborhood of Upper Manhattan in New York City. Given its evolving cosmopolitan ambience and adjacent proximity to Manhattan, Fort Lee is one of the northern New Jersey's Hudson waterfront communities that has been called New York City's 6th borough. Now, guys, are you excited to see the Statue of Liberty? I am excited, guys. Now we are approaching to the famous Statue of Liberty. But before the Statue of Liberty, you can see the island in my right, and they call it Ellis Island. It's a federally owned island in New York Harbor, and it's situated within the U.S. states of New Jersey and New York. That was the busiest immigrant inspection and processing station in the United States. Today, it is part of the Statue of Liberty National Monument and is accessible to the public only by ferry. The north side of the island is the site of the main building, now a National Museum of Immigration. The south side of the island, including the Ellis Island Immigrant Hospital, is open to the public only through guided tours. Now, my friends, we are approaching to Statue of Liberty. Finally, we will see her. We will see her proudly representing the freedom of United States. Look at her. She is really beautiful standing in that island. For your information, the statue was at first administered by the U.S. Lighthouse Board, as the illuminated torch was considered a navigational aid. Because Fort Wood was still an operational army post, responsibility for the maintenance and operation of the statue was transferred in 1901 to the War Department. It was declared a national monument in 1924, and in 1933, the administration of the statue was placed under the National Park Service. Fort Wood was deactivated in 1937, and the rest of the island was incorporated into the monument. In 1956, Bedloe's Island was renamed Liberty Island, and in 1965, nearby Ellis Island, once the country's major immigration station, was added to the monument's jurisdiction, bringing its total area to about 58 acres. Exhibits on the history of the Statue of Liberty, including the statue's original 1886 torch, were contained in the statue's base until 2018, when they were moved to the adjacent Statue of Liberty Museum. For some amazing views, no matter what your interest may be, a visit to the Statue of Liberty is an experience that you won't soon forget. The statue is a symbol of freedom and democracy and has come to represent hope for all people across the world. You will see in my right side is the Staten Island. It is a borough of New York City, coextensive with Richmond County. It was one of the 12 original counties of New York State. Staten Island was consolidated with New York City in 1898. A restored rural town with houses dating from the 17th century. The best way to reach the site is to take the 74 bus from St. George's Ferry Terminal. Another place worth visiting is Fort Wadsworth, a fort built by the Dutch during the 17th century, which served to protect New York from the incursions of enemy ships. How to get to Staten Island? The Staten Island Ferry provides services between Whitehall Street in Lower Manhattan and St. George on Staten Island, where you can take a bus to the different attractions. The ferry ride takes 25 minutes. If you have a car, it is also possible to get to Staten Island from Brooklyn over the VERRAZZANO Narrows Bridge, the longest suspension bridge in the U.S. The bridge was named after Giovanni da Verrazzano, the first European explorer to discover the island and who changed the history of New York forever. As we are flying back to the Trenton, New Jersey, stay with me and enjoy the remaining good views and sceneries up here in the air so that we could appreciate what God created for us. To some of you who wanted to have some friends in YouTube, here are my friends that I would recommend to you guys. They are really supportive. These channels are highly recommended for you guys if you are looking for supportive channels. Here they are. hope guys, my friends, mga kamami and kamama, that you enjoyed this air trip. This air trip through plane on top of the Hudson River, and we were able to see the city of New York. Thank you guys for your support, for your patience. For now, we're touching down. We are going to touch the ground. And yes, we're here again in Trenton City in New Jersey. It's really a good experience, guys, to fly on top of New York City. I'm hoping that you learned something about New York City and the landmarks and also its boroughs. And before I forget, I want to say thank you to the person who is behind this journey. Thank you so much for our pilot, Nikolai. You are so kind for taking us up in the sky to witness the beautiful city of New York. Once again, if you like this video of Mami JD and you want to be updated to my new uploaded video, please like, share, and subscribe, and don't forget to smash the bell button for you to get updated. And thank you so much for you are always there monitoring Mami JD's YouTube channel. Thank God for everything, and here I am once again, nag-iiwan ng isang matunog na mwah, mwah.